Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 24th of May 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, recently the United States has conducted a subcritical nuclear test at which place? So the US conducted a subcritical nuclear test in Nevada, which is the third test under the President Joe Biden. And this experiment aims to gather crucial data on nuclear warhead safety and effectiveness without using the nuclear explosion. So despite a 1992 moratorium on explosive nuclear test, the subcritical testing continues, and the previous subcritical test occurred in the year 2021 in the month of September. Okay, correct answer here is Nevada. Now let's see some of the important countries that were in news. First question is, which country recently announced a ban on live sheep exports by sea from 1st of May 2028? This is the country Australia. Australia will actually ban live sheep exports by sea, but it will not restrict other livestock exports or the sheep exports by air. Okay, so this decision follows a 2018 incident where 2,400 sheep died from heat stress, leading to public outcry. Animal rights groups have long advocated for this ban. Also, New Zealand and UK are moving towards similar ban. Okay, so here correct answer is Australia. Recently, William Light Ching Tay has become the new president of which country? Recently, he became the new president of the country Taiwan. Ibrahim Raisi, who recently passed away in helicopter crash, was the president of which country? So he was the president of Iran. Which country was declared the host of Women's World Cup 2027? Answer is Brazil. Yellowstone National Park, recently seen in the news, is located in which country? This national park lies in US. Recently, who has won 2024 Italian Open title in the women's category? Correct answer here is B option, Iga Swiatek. And if we talk about the men's category, winner was Alexander Zverev. Okay, so this was Iga Swiatek's third Italian Open title, and she has defeated Aryna Sabalenka in the straight sets. This marks Swiatek's third Italian Open victory in the last 4 years, and she did not qualify for the finals last year. Okay, so who is the winner for Italian Open title this year in the women's category? Answer is Iga Swiatek. From which country she belongs to? She is from Poland. Okay, now let's see some of the important women empowerment related current affairs. The very first question is, recently which company announced its first ever partnership with Hockey India for the National Women's Hockey League 2024? This is the company Coca-Cola. This is their first ever partnership with Hockey India. In the recent decision by the Supreme Court, what percentage of seats has been reserved specifically for women in the Bar Association Committee? Now 1/3 of the seats would be reserved for women in the Bar Association Committee. That means 33%. Okay. Recently, who secured a gold medal in the women's 10 meters air rifle at the World Shooting Parasport Tournament in Changwon in Korea? So here correct answer is Mona Agarwal. Okay. Recently, who won the National Women's Carom title for the 12th time? This is Rashmi Kumari. Rashmi Kumari has won this title for the 12th time this year. Recently, who has been appointed as the coach of senior national women's hockey team? Answer is Mr. Harendra Singh. He is the new coach of the senior national women's hockey team. Next is, recently which Indian created history by becoming the first Indian space tourist? This is Gopi Thotakura, who is an Indian expatriate. He became the first Indian space tourist and the second Indian in space on Blue Origin's NS-25 mission. So this mission included 6 crew members. One of them was Gopi Thotakura, and also the crew featured historical figure Ed Dwight, who is the first black astronaut candidate selected by President Kennedy. New Shepard has now flown 37 people into space, marking another milestone in the space tourism, right? So Gopi Thotakura has created history by becoming the first Indian space tourist. Now let's see some important current affairs regarding first in news. The first question is, Which country recently unveiled the world's first 6G device? This is the country Japan. Which bank has recently launched the Pixel Play, which is India's first virtual credit card? It is Pixel Pay. So it has been launched by HDFC Bank. Recently, which organization has appointed David Salvagnini as its first Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer? Correct answer is NASA. NASA has appointed David Salvagnini as its first Chief AI Officer. Recently, who has become first Indian male wrestler to qualify for 2024 Paris Olympics? This is Aman Sehrawat. Okay. Next is, recently Ida Shisha Nongrang has been appointed as the first woman Director General of Police of which Indian state? So she is the first woman DGP of the state of Meghalaya. Okay. Which Indian parathlete created a world record of 55.06 seconds in the women's 400 meters T20 category at the ongoing Para Athletics World Championships 2024 in Kobe, Japan? This is Deepti Jivanji, and she set a world record of 55.06 seconds in the women's 400 meter T20 category at the Para Athletics World Championships 2024 in Kobe. Okay. So she previously set a new Asian record in the qualifying round with 56.18 second. Also, she won the gold at Asian Para Games 2023. Not only this, Yogesh Kathunia won the silver medal in the men's F56 discus throw with 41.8 meters. Okay, so the correct answer is Deepti Jivanji. Now let's see some of the important records that were in news. First is Mykolas Alekna, who recently broke the longest standing men's world record in the discus throw, belongs to which country? Answer would be Lithuania. Fine. Which Russian cosmonaut recently set the record for spending the maximum time in the space? Answer is Oleg Kononenko. Okay. Which state set a Guinness World Record in 2024 for the most number of people performing the Surya Namaskar simultaneously at 108 venues? This state is Gujarat. Which bank has recorded the highest growth rate last fiscal in terms of total business among the public sector banks in financial year 24? This record has been set by Bank of Maharashtra. Indian Historical Records Commission, which was seen in the news, is functioning under which ministry? IHRC works under Ministry of Culture. Okay. Next is Airbus Helicopters recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which bank for helicopter financing in India? So the Airbus Helicopter and SIDBI signed a memorandum of understanding for financing the helicopter purchases in India. And if we talk about SIDBI, it was established in the year 1990. Basic aim is to promote the MSME sector growth and coordinate the related institutions function. So it operates under Ministry of Finance, and initially it was the subsidiary of IDBI. Currently, the Government of India and 22 other institutions hold the SIDBI share. Okay, so Airbus Helicopter has signed this MOU with SIDBI. Why? For helicopter financing in India. Now let's talk about some important banking related current affairs. The first question is, according to the recent data from Reserve Bank of India, what was India's net household savings rate for the fiscal year 2023? Correct answer here is 5.3%, and this was given by RBI. Recently, which bank has signed an agreement with Tata Power Solar Systems to provide the loans under the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana? This is Indian Bank. Okay. Recently, which bank became the first private bank to open a branch in Lakshadweep? So HDFC Bank is the first private bank that has opened a branch in Lakshadweep. Recently, which bank launched the Flash Pay for contactless payment? It is the Federal Bank. F is for Federal and F is for Flash. Recently, who has been elected as the chairman of Indian Bank Association? The new chairman of Indian Bank Association is Mr. M.V. Rao. Recently, the Supreme Court has ordered the Rajasthan government to shutter 68 mines operating within a 1 kilometers periphery of the critical tiger habitat of which tiger reserve? So the Supreme Court has directed the closure of 68 mines within a 1 kilometers radius of Sariska Tiger Reserve core areas, and it is crucial for tiger conservation as per the Wildlife Protection Act of 1970. 1972. So Rajasthan government notifies critical tiger habitat based on scientific evidence, and Sariska nestled in the Aravalli Hills, and it was the first to successfully relocate the tigers. It is renowned for its temples, palaces and the lakes like Pandu Pol. Then there is Bhangad Fort and Silisere Lake. Okay, so Supreme Court has ordered Rajasthan government to shutter the 68 mines which are operating within a 1 kilometers range of critical tiger habitat of Sariska Tiger Reserve. You can also be asked about the location of Sariska Tiger Reserve. It lies in Rajasthan. Fine. Let's see the locations of some important tiger reserves. First is Sariska Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? Just we have talked about it. It is Rajasthan. Pench Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? Pench Tiger Reserve lies in Maharashtra as well as in Madhya Pradesh. Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? It lies in Maharashtra. Tadoba Andhari, I'm sorry, it is a repeated question. And last is Valmiki Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? This tiger reserve lies in Bihar. Okay. Recently, which organization released a report titled as Water for Shared Prosperity? So World Bank has unveiled this report at the 10th World Water Forum that took place in Bali, Indonesia, where they have defined the shared prosperity as equitable growth, especially for the poorest. So it identifies 4 key pillars. The first one is human, social, natural capital and economic opportunity. So report highlights disparities in water access due to population growth, urbanization and climate change. In 2022, 197 million people lacked the safe drinking water. 211 million people lacked basic sanitation, with 450 million people living in high poverty. Okay, not only in high poverty but low water access areas at global level. Okay, so simply we have to remember that this is a report from World Bank. Now let's see some of the important reports that were in news. The first question is Global Report on Internal Displacement 2024, recently published by which organization? This report has been published by Geneva-based IDMC. It stands for International Displacement Monitoring Center. According to the Heinlein Partners Report 2024, which Indian cities have been included in the top 50 wealthiest cities of the world? This is Mumbai and Delhi. According to Global Electricity Review 2024 report, India surpassed which country to become the 3rd largest solar power generator? So India has surpassed Japan country, and now India became the 3rd largest solar power generator. Which organization recently released a report titled as Amplifying the Global Value of Earth Observation? This is World Economic Forum, headquartered lies in Switzerland. Recently, which institution released the Aging Well in Asia Asian Development Policy Report? It has been published by ADB. Okay. Next is recently which prison received the Biodiversity Conservation Award that has been constituted by the Andhra Pradesh State Biodiversity Board? Correct answer here is Raja Mundri Central Prison. It was honored with the Biodiversity Conservation Award by the Andhra Pradesh State Biodiversity Board. Okay, and this recognition applauds the prison's eco-friendly initiatives, including the groundwater preservation, natural farming and the crafting with natural materials. State Biodiversity Board, which is mandated by Biological Diversity Act of 2002, are present in all the states but not in the union territories. Okay, where the National Biodiversity Authority acts as their counterpart. Okay, so Raja Mundri Central Prison has received the Biodiversity Conservation Award, which is given by Andhra Pradesh State Biodiversity Board. Okay, now let's see some of the important questions regarding awards and honors. First is recently who has been honored with Global Excellence Award 2024 for outstanding contributions in education sector? This is Chandrakant Satija. Okay. Recently, which Indian received the Green Oscar Whitley Gold Award 2024? It has been presented to Burnima Devi Burman. Fine. Recently, who has been named as the regional winner for the Middle East and the North Africa in the 2024 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Awards? This is Geena Justice. Okay, and currently she is teaching in UAE. Recently, who received the prestigious Aryabhatta Award from the Astronomical Society of India? This award has been presented to Pavuluri Subba Rao. And last is recently who received the Asunta Lakra award. This award has been given to Deepika Soring. Okay. Next is Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which organization on digitalization of animal vaccine cold chain management. So Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying has signed this MOU with United Nations Development Programme India for digitalizing the vaccine cold chain management and capacity building. This agreement aims to improve the immunization coverage in India, where the focus would be on enhancing the supply chain and addressing the challenge of serving India's vast human and livestock population. So this partnership emphasizes efficient cold chain equipment and communication planning. Okay, so your correct answer is United Nations Development Programme. Now let's talk about some of the important MOUs that were in news. The first question is, which ministry has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Mahindra and Mahindra Limited to conduct 2 pilot projects under the Drone Didi Yojana? This is Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Comptroller and Auditor General of India recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which country's Auditor General to increase the cooperation in the field of audit. This is the country Nepal. Rashtriya Raksha University recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which country to boost innovation in aerospace, defense and homeland security. This is the country France. Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited recently signed a memorandum of understanding with whom to enhance the peaceful use of nuclear energy. It is NCC, that is National Cadet Corps. Recently, the National Commission for Women signed a memorandum of understanding with which security force to control the human trafficking. It is RPF, that is Railway Protection Force. Fine. Now the last question is, what is the rank of India in the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Development Index of 2024? Basically, in 2024, India rose to 39th position on the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Development Index, which indicates a post-pandemic tourism revival. US has topped the list with India leading in South Asia and among the lower middle income nations. So India's travel sustainability has improved infrastructure and the resources fuel. Previously in 2021, we were at the rank of 54th position. Changes in the index parameters affect the comparability, and the top 5 countries in this index were US, Spain, Japan, France and Australia. Okay, so here correct answer is option number B, that is 39. Let's talk about some of the important rankings and indices. First is, which institution secured the 45th rank in Engineering and Technology of QS World University Rankings 2024? IIT Bombay has secured this much rank in the QS World University Rankings. What is the rank of India's GEM portal as an e-commerce platform in the world? It is ranked at 3rd position. What is the rank of India in the Global Human Development Index according to UNDP's latest report? In this index, India is ranked at 134th position. What is the rank of India in Gender Inequality Index 2022, which is released by the United Nations Development Programme? Answer is 108. According to the CIPRI report, which country ranked as the world's leading arms importer from 2019 to 2023? It is the country India. Okay, India is the world's leading arms importer from this time period. Okay, so these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. Before concluding, let me tell you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in the GKToday Android application. So if you want the PDF of these lectures, you can subscribe to that course. Okay, now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.